Is there actually a pillager hiding inside the Iron Golem? Will the entire Minecraft world eventually be underwater? We're testing strange theories to see if they're real or cap. Starting with, what if Endermen are actually born from the dragon egg? What the Sigma? This equals that. Look, I ain't great at math, but last I checked, this tall boy is not gonna fit in something that small. I mean, it's literally called the dragon egg. It's not like you can hatch this thing either and an Enderman appears. In fact, even if you hit it, boom! The particles. Were they the same as the Endermans? It just teleported away. But dragons don't teleport. Only Enderman do. Yeah, that's exactly the same. Then why call it a dragon egg? I began exploring the end, keeping an eye on the Enderman to see if I could find any more evidence to help my investigation. And obviously, end cities are the first place to start looking. They're kind of also the only place to look, and we don't really even know how these got here or what they're doing. So far, the only connection I can imagine them having to the Enderman is they're both purple, but not even the same color of purple. I'm pretty sure you can also find end chests, and end chests are made from Eye of Enders, which come from Enderman. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of just making stuff up, spitballing, hoping to come across something. There is no connection to Enderman here at all. This is literally the only connection, a dragon head. Hold up. Compare this to an Enderman. The texture, identical. The heads, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference if it wasn't for the giant mouth and eyes, which are also the same color of purple. The only thing that changes, the white becomes a little bit more darker. It becomes like more mature. Crazy thought. What if the Enderman was a baby version of the Ender Dragon? That would explain how Enderman come from a dragon egg and then turn into the dragon. But there are so many Enderman and only one dragon. How does that make sense? We still have no idea how an Enderman would actually come out of a dragon egg. Because after all, they aren't exactly small enough to fit inside of one. Unless, what if the Enderman isn't the baby, but it's like the teenager? There could actually be an even younger mob to the Enderman. Maybe one that was added in an older version and removed or something? I think I found the answer. After hours of searching, I stumbled on this Reddit with people from 2 years ago trying to solve the exact same theory as us, except they actually did it, or at least they claim to, giving it the name Enderman Evolution. Whatever that means, they agree that Endermen have babies. So there is a smaller form, but what do they look like? Apparently this video is going to tell us what we need to know, including the final form of the Enderman. What do you think that means? I have never been more excited to watch a video in my life. This is basically doing my job for me. So we got the Ender Dragon, which is the most evolved version. We knew that. The Enderman turns into the Ender Dragon. I knew it. So then what comes before? I can see the particles. Are you kidding me? The internet breaks now? Oh my gosh, all right, reload the page. Maybe there's multiple more before it. How many evolutions are there? What if there's something above the Ender Dragon? Come on, I need to know. Again? What? Why does it keep doing that? What if we inspect this page? Does it have a link I can download? Okay, here it is. endermantheory.mp4. Can I download that to my desktop? I mean, it doesn't seem to be loading at all here. No matter what, it stops at that exact point. It's almost like it's not my internet. Maybe the video is corrupted. Okay, look, I'm no master hacker, but I'm pretty sure I can download this video. It's just gonna take a while. I guess it's our only shot and our only lead. And while we wait, is the Iron Golem actually being controlled by a pillager? But Iron Golems are literally made out of blocks with a pumpkin head. There ain't no pillagers involved in that process. And the last time I checked, these two homies don't get along so swell together, mainly because my boy kills the other one. And while he's out murdering pillagers, he's protecting the villagers. Literally, they're sworn enemies. The only connection they have is... Actually, I don't know. We're gonna try and figure that out. I mean, their faces? The faces look kind of similar. The nose, the eyes, I could kind of see it. I mean, I feel like the Iron Golem has a face closer to a pillager than it does to a villager. But they've also actually built pumpkin structures before. It's the same layout, look. If you switch that for iron, this would be an iron golem. We don't ever see anything like that ever generate in a village. And the cages, what do they hold? Allays. I swear yeah, they did. In older versions before allays were added, iron golems were what was kept in these cages. I mean, it made sense before because they were the defenders of the village. What about the chest? Hold up. Does this have like, I mean, they have pumpkins, clearly, we know that, but what about iron? Okay, so pillagers also have iron. I mean, that's obvious. They have a crossbow, which you need iron to craft. What happens when you kill a pillager? What do they drop? I think the only thing they can possibly drop is the bow. Then what does the iron golem drop? Maybe there's a similarity there? No, there's not. The iron golem only drops poppies from my memory, right? But it cracks. Just like a block would when you break it. But other mobs don't do that because there would have to be something inside. It's a casing, it's a shell. So if we could crack it without killing it, we can see what's inside. Or we could just get an X-ray. And I have the exact book for that.
This is the Mob Bestiary, a book by Minecraft that shows us the insides of every single mob in the game. Well, almost every single mob. It's a few years old now, but still, you want to know what's in an endermite? There it is, some sort of purple, squishy enderman heart. And what's the difference between a regular cow and a mushroom? The intestines are literally a maze. In fact, this seems kind of fake, as if it was just made up for children's entertainment, except it's not. That is the official seal of Mojang Truth, so everything in here is legit game lore by the developers. It's for that reason we've used it to solve so many videos on this channel. At this point, you all should just buy the book, and speaking of books, you should buy our brand new comic investigating the Blood Golem myth is available for sale right now on EYstream.store, which we wouldn't actually be able to sell without today's sponsor, Odoo. Point of sale. It's reliable and easy to use, whether you're online or offline. I organized all my merchant minutes and started selling in seconds. It even has self-serve through a kiosk or from your smartphone. Customers can do everything themselves from order to payment. Last week, one of your parents bought 10 shirts and water bottles and automatically got a free sticker pack. Except it was an accident. She only wanted to buy one. Silly mum. Luckily, I can view all daily sales and past orders. Just search by customer, payment type, cashier, or order date. There it is. And click. With simple refund processes, plenty of payment options including Stripe and customizable loyalty programs, checkout is stress-free, especially by securing multiple cashier's accounts with badges or PIN codes. You can configure franchise stores, overview sales, and manage stock, accounting, and the team by scheduling shifts, monitoring employee performance, and tracking hours worked. All thanks to Odoo, the all-in-one management software to start or run your very own business or YouTube channel like I do. Plus, their first app is free for life with unlimited hosting and support. But back to this theory. What's inside the Iron Golem? Oh my gosh. Yo, this doesn't look like a pillager at all. I see it. I see it. Do you guys see it? That's a bone. There's a skeleton inside there. Is that the skeleton of our supposed pillager or something else? These like cogs, the machinery in here isn't even connected. It's like it's almost running on magic. That's an entirely other thing we need to figure out. It's just, how can it be part machine and part life? You can't create life from machine, and yet somehow we created life from iron blocks and a pumpkin. Because we didn't actually create him with a pumpkin, because that, for some weird reason, doesn't actually work, and I've never understood why until right now. Pumpkins are blocks, you can place them everywhere, but you can't wear them. Only living creatures like us can wear carved pumpkins. You carve them out so you can walk around and see nothing, except that's not actually the reason. I've always thought, why would they add this to the game? It's so stupid. Nobody would want to see out this. It's not for us. It's for the creatures inside the Iron Golem. But wait, why is it a pillager? It could just be a regular old villager, right? Hold up, chuck this on, boy. Does he wear it? Hey, over here. No, he doesn't pick it up. So the question then is, will a villager pick it up? Hold on, we'll try one more time, just to be certain. Can I give it to him? He doesn't accept it. What if I put down the pillager? No! He wore it! He just immediately picked it up! Every single time I put it on the villager, it didn't work, but I put it on the pillager, it just fits straight on. Which can only mean one thing. The pillager is the living creature inside of it, but how does it come together? There's all that machinery and it almost works like the snow golem. It works like the snow golem in the sense that it's pretty much straight up magic. You put the pumpkin on and poof, it just appears. But the villagers can't use magic.
And neither can the pillagers, right? So how does the pillager get inside unless they're forcing it inside? So the pillagers wouldn't do that. It would be the villagers. Don't the librarian villagers sell enchanted books? Hello, sir. Okay, you are a cartographer. You are useless to me. I think you need a lectern. Look, right there. Mending. Oh my gosh, that's also like the rarest enchantment ever. If I get rid of the lectern, place it back down, he should still sell the same things if he can only sell them. No, now he's doing Riptide. If he's changing what he's selling, the trades are resetting, he has to be making them himself, right? Or at least someone in the village is making them so we can just switch up what he's selling. And then they could be using that magic to pull all that machinery together to create the iron golems that will protect the villagers. That's why they're good fighters, because instead of it being villagers inside, they're pillagers. But that doesn't explain why did pillagers trap them in their cages? Did they know? What if I'm getting this all wrong and it wasn't the villagers, but some evil form of torture? But did you know that Minecraft's oceans have been slowly rising for years? But how? Even though it feels like these thick bodies of water have nothing in them and are totally boring, there was a time when they literally had nothing in them all the way back in 2017, before there was kelp, turtles, dolphins. With all those new things being added, I don't think anyone was really paying attention to the height of the sea. But how much has it really changed? Apparently, a lot. Holy moly, that is ugly, dude. I am all the way back in version 1.12. This is one update before they released the aquatic update that redid oceans. Everything is just this bright fluorescent blue. All there are is squids. That's it. There's nothing else. You can see as far as I go, there is a base deepness for the ocean. That's about as deep as it gets. It doesn't get much deeper no matter where you go to. So from here, if we place a block down and I grab that and I'm gonna swim all the way up to the top, we're gonna measure exactly how many blocks of distance this is. Slash up 1, right click, 33 blocks deep. Already I can feel like our oceans are deeper than that. I'm not gonna even try and find the deepest point in the ocean to make the measurement, because this already looks deep enough and I am that confident that this theory is true. There's literally stone in the way. That's how deep this is, all right? So I'm gonna measure from this block here, and then we'll do slash up 1. We're gonna make sure it's totally fair. That is 65 blocks. Almost double. I mean, I didn't even try and look and find somewhere deeper, but I reckon I could. But the water could have just destroyed downwards. That doesn't actually mean that the ocean is rising. Unless, do you all see it? Are you all thinking what I'm thinking right now? Ocean ruins. These structures literally make zero sense. They are buildings that should be on the surface, but for some reason are underground. They weren't before. And what's in the chest? We got coal. Why would you need coal underwater? No one does. A fishing rod? Wheat? These are things that are only used on the surface and only by players. There are stairs. What do you need stairs for to climb up when you are in the ocean? You just swim around. Clearly, this used to be a structure on the surface that has now been submerged underwater by the rising sea levels. But by who? Wait, that sound. The drowned. The drowned! How could I miss it? What if they were the ones who used to live on the surface? They were villagers. And then their villages got sunk underwater, and this is what they turned into. If this is really true and the oceans rose, there should be more than just that to give us a clue. Shipwrecks. They're another piece of that puzzle. I mean, we've investigated these a ton in previous videos, but that's just because there is so much lore and history held beneath these sunken ships, including the loot, which we've confirmed is the loot of players. Players must have used these ships before we did. And some of this loot matches what we found. The coal and the wheat? Does that mean the same people who used or lived in those ocean ruins are the ones that were in these shipwrecks? What if these weren't wrecked from poor sailing or invasion, but actually this ship used to be sitting on land? You can see how close to the surface this was, and the water has just risen up and destroyed the ship, tipped it upside down. But if that was the case, how come not all land is underwater? Well, actually, first off, a lot of it is. The oceans are so much bigger in newer versions compared to the old ones, which would make sense. This would all be stuff that was on land. You can see gravel and dirt and sand when all of these blocks used to only be on the surface. You didn't find them in the oceans in those older updates. Not to mention, they're not the only civilizations underground. I was working on this trail ruins earlier for a different video, and I had a totally different theory, but I'm gonna delete that video now because I just changed my mind. These got here because of rising sea levels. And as the sea levels rose, so did some of the land. This used to be a mountain, and now it just looks like a normal island. That's my theory. And let's check the items. What do we got? Coal again. The same items. I know I'm stretching it. And wheat. Coal and wheat. That's not even a stretch at this point. The same stuff is in all three of these locations. But then, how is the water rising actually? We need to go back there. In real life, water rises due to heat, but I don't really see an increase in heat in Minecraft. Wait a minute. In the ravines. Right here. In every single Minecraft ocean cave, there are magma. And these bubbles, that's because of the heat. Could that be what's pushing the water up? That the inside of the core is heating up? But why? And then magma is made from lava, and lava combined with water makes stone and obsidian. Hold up, is the bottom of these oceans stone? There's stone as the base. Gravel on top, but stone as the base. It's creating more stone here where all that magma is, and that pushes the land up, which keeps at least some of it above the surface, but as it's pushed up, it's consumed these same civilizations, the same ones in the boat, the same in the ocean ruins. Why? I still don't have an answer as to why, and how dangerous is this thing? Is it gonna keep happening? Could this entire world be buried someday? And if you thought that was strange, are the loot chests naturally generated or actually left behind by someone following you? Excuse me, but I think I speak for all of us when I say we don't want someone hiding in the trees, in the shadows, stalking us as we play Minecraft. What is that? Those torches? Where did they come from? Guys, this is a brand new world. I was trying to find evidence, but it seemed out there until I saw... Oh, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I must have accidentally left the bonus chest setting on, guys, for the noobs. Hold on. Where do these items come from? Someone had to place these here. They can't just appear out of nowhere. And only players can craft tools. That's how it works. What if the person who leaves this bonus chest is the one who follows you? There could actually be more to this theory. I mean, this person who follows you might be a stalker, they might be bad, or they could be good, helping us out. But I mean, the starter chest, it could just be just something that the developers put there to help us, and I'm stretching this way out of proportion. If this is true, there's got to be more evidence in the world that someone is stalking us. But where do we even start? While we're on the topic of strange chests that don't make any sense, there is another mystery I've been trying to solve for years. Where does the loot in the desert temple even come from? What if these two theories are connected? Because the chests here are unlike no other you find in the world. They are the only ones protected with a trap that usually a player would design, TNT. What if it's this stalker? What if they put out that bonus chest as a trap? They make it seem like, oh yeah, chests are safe, and then the next ones you find, they kill you. After all, desert temples were the first new structure to ever include chests. That could make sense. But then where else do you find chests? Inside the ocean ruins, inside shipwrecks. I mean, we literally just went through that in our last theory. Don't shipwrecks also have treasure maps? Why would a stalker who's trying to kill us lead us to more good loot? Unless there's a trap at the buried treasure as well, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone die at buried treasure. Speaking of buried, that's not the only place you can find chests. Mine shafts are the other spot as well. Minecart chests, I think? Could they have been left behind by the stalker as well? That just doesn't make sense when we begin to think about other theories. First off, we just established that these were left behind by players that got stuck in the water due to rising sea levels. And in previous videos, we confirmed that the ancient builders, people in Minecraft's past, were the ones who built these mine shafts and many of the other structures in the world. So it makes sense that chests are in those structures. They've been left behind by those people. And again, why build a temple when you could just put a chest out in the open like they do with the bonus chest? Nothing really makes much sense. I think I'm gonna have to say that this theory is debunked, but that still doesn't explain where the bonus chest came from. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Why do I hear Enderman? Guys, did you hear that? There's Enderman? Oh, I'm stupid. That's the Enderman video. I can't believe we're finally going to get the answer we've been waiting for this entire video. The Ender Dragon to the Enderman. What comes after? The video can't buffer now, right? I downloaded it off the internet. Oh, it's still going. It's still going. What is that? Brother, is that an Endermite? That's the evolution. Endermite to Enderman to Ender Dragon. We waited all of that for this? This can't be true, right? How does that work? Are they really that similar? I have never thought of these to be connected to one another. Look at that. What? The Enderman just massacred the Endermites. Genuinely, I didn't know that happened. They murdered the Endermites. Why would they do that? They don't attack shulkers, and they don't attack the Ender Dragon. Something's not adding up. Why is this the only mob in the end that they attack? Let's get a closer look here. Look at this texture. It's the same texture. It's just like a lighter shade of purple. And then again, when we had that dragon egg earlier, guys, they're just a lighter shade of purple. As it matures, as this entity matures, it gets darker, potentially. But then how are these related if they're literally murdering their children? Why would they murder their children unless... Oh, no way. First off, Endermites would easily fit in that Ender Dragon egg, so that solves that mystery, but the dragon head, it's not here to honor their ancestors or something nice like that. No, this is not a celebration. This is a hate message. This is a head chopped off, put on a ship. The Endermen don't like the Ender Dragon. I'm not 100% sure why, but they don't want to turn into one, or maybe they don't want the Endermites to turn into them. So to stop any future Ender Dragons, they just murder the babies they meant to hatch. That's why it tries and stays in the egg as long as possible. And if the Endermen try and pick it up, it'll teleport away. It's not to stop players, it's to stop the Endermen from killing their own kind because they don't want Ender Dragons. But then, why? What is so bad that they would kill their own children? Thank you to all of these guys for making today's video possible. You're my new favorite EY Mega fans. If you want a shout out, just click the join button below this video, scroll down and click EY Mega Fan.